Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jessie. I do bookish planning and lifestyle content here on YouTube, and today I have my 2025 planner lineup. So grab yourself a beverage and a snack possibly, and let's dive in. Have quite the notebooks to talk about what I used in 2024, this previous year, and what I'm taking and leaving 2025. So let's start with everyday planners. Push those off to the side. This disc is in the stash, but it fell off and I can't find it at the moment. But this and the guts are removed from this planner. This is a happy planner. It's a 9 disc and I got this at the beginning of 2024. I used it for half the year before I got my next planner, but this was wonderful to use. It was a vertical layout. It had monthlies and a yearly overview, some note pages, and it was really lovely to use. I really liked it. I love the color scheme and the vibe of the planner. It was really, really beautiful. And then once June or July hit, I knew that I was going to need a new planner. So I picked up this green checkered bold bloom. I knew I wanted an Erin Condren. I've seen them all over, and so I decided, why not this year? I did not bullet journal this year, and setting up those spreads wasn't a priority, so I knew I was going to do a physical planner already made for me. Like I said, this is an Erin Condren, and it is the Bold Blooms vertical layout. We have our yearly overview of 2024 and 2025, some goal setting, some note pages, and then we get the monthly. Then we go into a goal setting or dashboard for the month with some notes, and then we have the vertical layouts. I've done a lot of experimental things with this planner. I've tried morning, afternoon, evening. I've tried splitting up my work. I've tried a bunch of different things on how to use this vertical layout that I really, really love. So, how I will be doing this in 2025, that I think anyways, is I really love using the top portions for all of the priorities of the day. So if there's any appointments or anything like that, that's where I put at the top, because I really love how they have this bolded section that's colored. Then in the center, I think I will be putting work, and then home, and then our meal plans. That's been working really well for the second half of this year. And along the side, I either use it for notes or things that I know need to happen or in the next couple weeks that I figure out during this week. I'll write here, and then at the end of the week, I'll kind of plug those things where I need to. I've also, in November, used it as, was it November? Yes. I've used it as a habit tracker. So this is just kind of a catch-all. And I am super excited to be bringing this into 2025 because I've been really loving this. Next, we're going to go into my writing journals. So again, I was using a Happy Planner 2023 to 2024. I was using this for a previous job. It's the 11 ring, and it's the teacher edition. And I decided to leave that job. So I wanted to continue to use this, and it's gorgeous. I love the gold or bronze kind of vibe to this planner. And it was a monthly, and then it went into weekly and dailies. So I used this previously after that job for my plotting notebook. So I was plotting Crossed Chains, which is coming soon. I'm so excited. So I have a bunch of printouts, things about my characters, about the world, previous plotting, kind of note card taking, my acts, timelines. I did a master printout of a bunch of other things. So this was my plotting notebook. And I very much loved it, but it's so big. I thought, well, maybe I'll go and I'll use the smaller version. Those fit into this guy. But I decided no. I think I want to create one. So that's where this guy came in to the picture. This was this is a Yop and Tom dot grid notebook. It's the burnt orange color and it has a little butterfly. I added this picture frame to it and I did this recently, as in like November recently, because I've started the second book to Cross Chains for the Rough Draft Challenge. If you don't know Sarah Cannon here on YouTube, she's an author and a teacher. She teaches a bunch of courses and I've really loved her content, especially as an indie author just starting out. Her channel is fantastic. I was partaking in her Rough Draft Challenge this year for the Dark Phoenix MC, which is it. If you want a little sneak peek, this is the cover of the first novel. And this was the month of November and my tracking and so on and so forth. Then we have my sprint tracker for November. So I've just been plotting my books. I think the freedom is great. It's not so much as a setup like a planner would be, but it's enough that, you know, this is the setup. 2 spreads and that's it. And then you can write notes or goals or plot issues that you're having, and I am super excited to continue in this notebook, and hopefully when this notebook is done my novel will be done. So I did, as you can see, it has a space here. I don't know if you can see that, but took some pages out to reuse and upcycle this notebook, so I'm super happy about these and bringing that notebook into 2025. So next we'll talk just a regular notebook. This is I believe it's just a note-taking notebook. I use this for anything and everything under the sun. Packing lists, errands that I need to run, Sunday resets, gist lists, cleaning. It's my catch-all notebook, really. I've been loving using this, and I will probably finish this before the end of the year, so I'll have to find a new notebook just to take notes and carry around with me. And it is essential for a notebook like this, for what I use it for, has a coil, and that's what I really, really love about the Erin Condrens. Last but not least for the 2024 notebooks is my reading journal. If you watched my reading setup or any journal before this, you'll know that I really haven't used this year until like maybe September is when I started to get the groove back, maybe October. But I started this journal in 2023. Loved this journal. They get so chunky and big. And this year, as you can see, I started to kind of drop off, especially in December last year, 2023, and this was my 2024 setup. Like, it was nothing. I hardly used it. It was literally just how many books, and that was it. This was Realmathon 3.0. I didn't decorate. I didn't do anything until September, and I started to get a little more creative with the markers I was using. In October, I got my watercolors out. It was Spookoplathon, so that was really fun. And then November hit. It was like a bug bit my butt. I wanted to create in my journals again, but I didn't want to go into a bullet journal. Just loved it. 2025. December, I still need to set up in this journal, even though we are kind of into the month, but something bit me in the butt in November. So I am super excited to be going into 2025 with a brand new love for bullet journaling again. Yop and Tom journals, and I just really love them. This is the black or charcoal with the moon and stars. I really just went to town. I did film this. I will leave a card or that video down below for the setup, as well as my January setup. But the bug bit me, and I'm so excited to be bringing my reading journal in. So what a reading journal is, if you don't know, it is a journal that tracks your reading, your stats, the books you like. You can put reviews in there. It's really whatever your heart desires, you can add to this book. A lot of people make them media journals, so it's not just for books. A lot of people track their TV shows, movies they liked or watched for that month, music, video games, anything entertainment-wise that you can love or really dislike. You can put it in this journal. Bullet journaling, what I really love about it is that it's so open to interpretation. Whatever you like, you can do. It's your own creative space. So those are everything for 2024 and what I'm bringing into 2025. Now let's go over some additions to 2025. There are 3 additions and I don't have one of them. I was really hoping I was going to have it, but I don't, and that is a tarot journal. I'll insert some photos on the screen so you can see. I created that journal for keeping track of my tarot spreads that I pull, and it's undated. Oh, before I forget, and someone asks, this is a Aura Estelle A5 notebook cover. It has a place card for, this is my if found please contact, which is why I'm covering it. But it has a pocket. It has 2 of these strings that I don't use, a bunch of card pockets. It did have a pen loop, but the pen that I use actually ripped it, so I'm very sad about that. I don't believe this is on her Etsy anymore. She might have an actual website, I don't know, but I bought this off Etsy in 2023 when I started this bullet journal, which is again a Yop and Tom, if I didn't mention that. And I believe this is the copper. I wrote this down. It's the Muscat and Copper. Again, I don't know if she sells these anymore, but I could not find it on Etsy. But again, I don't know if she has a website. I will try and figure that out. If I can link it, I will. As well as any other notebooks that are still available, I will try and link in the description for you. Tarot journal. I do not have it yet, but I created it, and I'm super excited to use that. Like I said, it's undated. There's 150 spreads available. I'm super excited about it. Next, I guess I will talk about my Change Your Life notebook. Again, I created this. It is a journal with everything that you need, or a workbook with everything you need to change your life, make the most of it. So we open, this is a little plug, I will admit, table of contents, and it goes through what SMART goals are, questions we should be asking ourselves. Then it has a place for yearly goals. Then it has a place for how to identify your triggers. I was a life coach, and this was a worksheet activity that I would give my clients when they had triggers of nail biting, emotional eating, and a bunch of other things apply. Smoking, drinking, that kind of thing. And this was something that me and my clients would go over after they completed it for weeks. So that is in there for you. Then we have 4 quarterly pages. So we have, this says for Q4, what your main goal is, your focus, and then you can set 3 goals of whatever you want. Then I have a creating a daily routine and an ideal day. So there are 2 of those just in case the first one doesn't work. It's a trial and error. It's an ideal day. It's not a end all be all. You can change this. Then we go into the monthly pages. So the goal for the month, your action steps, when you created this, the goal, when you want to achieve this goal by, and if you achieved it, your strategy for this goal, and then we have another section for a second goal. And then we go into the habit tracker. So the habit and the goal of why you chose this. Then we have what worked, what to improve on. Super simple. You can't see it on camera, I don't think, but these are darker boxes and circles. Then at the end of the month, we have a gratitude page. What worked, what didn't work. Go through it all, dump it on the pages. That's what it's for. Thoughts and notes. Again, just dump it all out if you don't like this layout. Then at the very end, we have a yearly brain dump, yearly thoughts, and then we have a bunch of note pages for you to take with you into the future. This was a proof, so there are some changes that have been in here. This is available on Amazon at the moment. If you want to grab yourself a copy, go right ahead. But yes, I'm super excited to dive into this later on in the month for goal setting in 2025. Then last but not least, and I normally have my writing journal in here as well. It kind of just goes in this side. But this is from Indigo, if you're Canadian. I'm sure Barnes & Noble has a very similar thing, but this is from Indigo paper. It's a little bit bigger than an A5 journal, but it works for what I need it. So this is my content planner for YouTube, Instagram, for my marketing strategy, for my novels, all of that goes in here. So I have actually set this up. I have a subscriber tracker for YouTube and Instagram, my goals and rewards, content schedule, ideally, passwords and logins, websites that I use like Canva, Instagram. I'll put my YouTube in here, all of those things, video ideas. Then we go into January, again, already set up with the calendar layout, and I have a color code. Then I have notes. Then I have videos, and I actually got this layout, and I really loved this font from Joshi Corinne, and this is what she calls her work outputs. So if it's done, the video or description, and then every step to creating that video or photos for Instagram has been inputted there. Notes. And then I just put plans. So the rest of the pages for that month will consist of ideas for photos, videos, if I need to write out anything, if I need, a TBR list or what I read this month, I can write them down. It's literally just a brain dump. And then once I get to the next month, I will set it up. So I'm super excited to also be bringing that into 2025 because I tried to do it in my everyday planner, but it just was not working for me. It was really hard to get into every single month or every single day. I couldn't jot notes about those videos. So I can actually show you November. So this is pretty much how I plan my videos. My video ideas, plan, film, edit, thumbnail, description, upload scheduled, and if it went live, I should check the rest of those off, but some of them migrated to November. It was not the best time. December is a little bit more crazy. Sneak peek there. But it's not really working for me. I need more space to plan. If I'm going to be doing a clean with me, how I like to do it is I like to write down the room that I'm cleaning and every step to clean in that room, and I can check it off. I can't do that in a planner like this. I tried it out. It was not working. If I have a video coming up that's a TBR for the next month of books I want to accumulate, yes, I can put it in my reading journal, but I want a place where it's all contained. And then if I need ideas for videos or I'm getting burnt out, I can go back to my content planner and say, okay, what videos worked? What did I love to create? So I am super excited to be going into 2025 with some really wonderful notebooks. Those are the planners I used in 2024. What I'm bringing into 2025 that I'm going to be using in 2025. Guys, the bug just bit me, and I am so excited to dive into this year with some new plans, some new creative way to plan. I'm just really happy to have the joy of planning and creating back in my life. I think ever since having my son, I've been really enjoying those slower, joyful moments and realizing what truly brings me joy. And the contents of these planners and the planning itself really does bring me that joy, and to slow down and, you know, make spreads for my reading journal and plan out my novels. Those are really what bring me joy outside of family life and hobbies. And again, I'm just so excited to be back on my game and have that happiness and joy back. I cannot express it enough. So stay tuned for more videos. If you liked planning content that I did today, I do have some setups, other planner content in past videos that you can check out on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one, which I'm really excited about. Bye, guys.